welcome to UKVerus deck profile, covering our first retro deck. This is the retro deck I ran at the EU Nationals side event, and I was playing Vega. This is quite a big deck, and I'm more just going to go over the generalized points of the deck, include a link in there so you can look at the actual cards, and if you've got any questions about individual cards or interactions, please feel free to reach out. But Vega is a 7-hander with 19 health with a desperation static. That is, when we are at desperation, my checks to play card, my attack to get -1 difficulty, and my attack to get +1 speed. On the flip side, my opponent's attack to get +1 difficulty and -1 speed. So essentially my attacks become easier and faster, and my opponents become harder and slower. It also has a commit ability. After a check is played, any check, commit. That check gets -1. If it fails, it does not end the turn. But if it passes, you ready Vega. So you can't just sit there during your opponent's build turn going, commit, ready, commit, ready, commit, ready, commit, ready, because for fun. But it is a way to essentially cut off your opponent early going second. If they play a 3-diff foundation, commit a 3, you just go, yeah, no, it fails. You lose your character. Oh, well, I wasn't playing them anyway. And you then get to also laugh a little bit as they lose their foundation. So in this deck, we're playing 11 actions. We're playing Revoke, which has the ability to build down as a foundation and cancel any enhance. Any enhanced ability, which is very strong. Barrier Shield, make something speed 0 and add Breaker to my next card, as well as also the ability to prevent people from picking up or adding cards to their hand during this attack. This deck is designed to just be very annoying, very difficult to deal with. Masterminding cannot leave the momentum due to as a momentum cost, or cannot be discarded due to a momentum cost. Response after this card, after your opponent fails a check, add this card to momentum, and enhance that your opponent's next check gets -1. So everything here is about making your opponent's turn harder, cancelling their abilities, making their attacks slower, making their next checks less, just to be frustrating and infuriating. Running 3 assets, which are Maze Castle, which is similar to Twisty Surroundings. Exact same text, just a cheaper, easier version. It's a 0 mid with a 2 cost. Breaker 2 that can change the zone of attack, so it makes defensive a bit and offense a bit more tricky. And it has the commit -2 to the check, but fail the check does not end the combat phase. Then moving on to attacks. Basically, all of the attacks have some kind of check manipulation on them, or further the check manipulation. So, without seizing Breaker 1, as well as being able to make my opponent check, Chronostasis Trigger, Breaker 2, MM:/copy, Breaker 2, Plant Barrier, Breaker 1 with the ability to stack a 6 check on top of my deck, Matador Turn, a reversal that also has -1 to my opponent's next check to play an attack, enhance again, -1 to the check, Bat Spin, which gives -1 to my opponent's non-attack cards while it's in the pool. Time Slow, which gives all of my opponent's checks -1 while it's in the card pool. Haymaker, which has got Breaker and forces them to play an attack as the next card or discard a card. And then we have Vicious Madness, Tetra Terror, and Compression Sphere, which are not really interactable in my opponent's turn, but a 4 mid 8 throw, which can't be partial blocked. A Echo Attack that allows me to pick up my defensive pieces. And Compression Sphere is legitimately in here because the person I was borrowing cards off forgot 1 copy of MM until they found it when I'd already submitted my deck list. But it's also Momentum Hate and can gain stun with me using abilities. The foundation base is literally made up of random foundations I had lying around. I opened some Capcom Platinums. Egotistical draws cards. Quick Act gives me speed. Dream Thief and Alchemist are to manipulate with draw. Season Ball allows me to draw. Cage Fighters check hacking. Super Regen is life gain. A nice little bit of throw hate and gaining breaker with power struggle. Drained by a Kiss helps me flip We've got the Fear Snakes, Ophidiophobia, which is just a fancy wall cling, but it helped out a lot. S-Class Hunter is a burn that can kill as well as targeted committal for anything that pumps damage. Beauty's power is beautiful. It stops gaining. It can reduce speed and stop them gaining any speed bonuses. Master Assassin, it helps me get close to desperation whilst reducing the damage on my opponent's attack. Or if they partially block an attack, I can make them lose 2 more. And Shun Goku, it lets me lose my vitality to also increase damage. And then we've got Excite Flood, which is the same thing again. I lose a little bit of life, and my opponent, I can get draw and then also gain. I could go into more detail, but there's so many things. I think the last time I was talking to someone about it, took me about an hour just to go through the foundations. Sideboard, we've got Shigaraki in case. I never did sign into Shigaraki, but the option was there. Self-Destruct, which is so cool. It got done to me. League of Villains and Tongue Whipper in there just as remnants from the original Shigaraki free list. Same as in Control and Convenient Timing. They're good little check hacks against throws and on defense. And then Wrath of the Raging Demon was in there because it just looked very cool. I think I sided it in once but didn't see it. And the goal of it is just hit with this unstoppable 12 damage attack as long as you've got 2 momentum. This was my first foray into retro. It was very cool. I got to see some very fun things. I got smacked for 11 turn 1 by Nathan Squire with a full impact Howling Strike. I got completely decimated by Infinite Attack combo using a Mimic strategy and Spirit Shotgun. I liked retro. I hope it comes back for more, and I probably will keep up with Vega. I had a lot of fun playing Vega, but I might also go through the rest of my random box of retro and see what I've got. But Vega was a lot of fun, and I hope I get to play him again soon. So if anyone else would like a bit more of a detailed depiction as to why I chose individual cards, but the majority of answers you're going to get of me is these are what I pulled in my Capcom Platinum box. I have lying around. I wish I'd had more time slows. The ability just to stack them and give on minus checks, even on defense, is very, very good. Vicious Madness, I probably should have asked for more than 2 copies when I borrowed them. It was a very cool deck. I had a lot of fun in retro, and I really hope I get to play it again soon. If you have any questions about the deck, or if you have any suggestions of how I can take this deck further, please do let me know. And I will catch you all in the next video. Please subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and I will catch you in the next video. Goodbye.